Hey folks, how's everything going tonight? Hopefully everything's going very well. Actually, I should say morning, seeing as it's after 3. Um, just wanted to let you guys know, a little bit about my philosophy. My philosophy is I'm a regular guy, just like any other man. A little older than most, but I maintain friendships with people who are even, millennials and whatnot. It was great today. I was talking to a young man, just starting his life out, doing good things, and we were just talking about things, and so I was, reminiscing back to when I was a child, a young man, and it made some really interesting thought processes come back to mind, and it's something I think we've lost within our culture, our society, a coarsening of it, to be sure. And while people will say that coarsening was done by the right, they'd be absolutely wrong, and they would have to look back to, this will blow people away who say they're on the right. It goes back to George H.W. Bush during the 1,000 Points of Light speech. Just like I always correct everybody, the first time you ever heard the term political correctness was not Clinton like everybody thinks. It was under George H.W. Bush, when we had to be a kinder, more gentle. Remember that? Oh, I bet that just rang some bells. Politically correct society. Now, here's the issue as I see it. The left is going to continue to virtue signal, and they're going to continue to do the things that they do. That's just their nature. They believe, and that's why every time leftists get in power, you see who they bring in: academics, people who are based in theory, not the real world. A regular guy's based in the real world. A regular guy's out there busting his hump to raise a family, to make this country better by something he produces with his hands and with his mind. A regular guy does the things that need to keep the country moving. They're the guys whose sons and daughters go off to serve in the military and fight wars. They're the guys who will, when they die in obscurity, but that's okay, because those people will have family and friends who knew them. What we have lost, this is also going back to leftists. Remember, Zuckerberg, he is a leftist. And so social media, even though I'm on it now, social media has also helped to inflame this. That's how we started getting the term microaggression. Well, I'm sorry, I live in a world, and always have, where aggression is real. And those aggressions have to be dealt with in a real manner. A microaggression is something that a deluded human being would come up with, not somebody who's based and grounded in reality. That's something an academic would come up with. When I say academic, it's also a socialist or a communist. These are just hard facts. And leftists don't want to look at it because they get indoctrinated. Colleges, even when I went through, colleges were nothing but indoctrination centers. And you pay for that. And your kids will pay for that and go in debt. And to do academics, and these children that you are now filling their skulls full of mush, full of this hyperbolic garbage, Have you ever thought for 1 second that you're sitting them out into a harsh, cold world? And with that harsh, cold world, they're going to start their life with $60,000 to $100,000 in debt that they can't go bankrupt on. They can't take a bath on it or make the lender take a bath on it. That's what you do. But see, you have a reason for that. And nobody wants to explore these deep, dark regions. But I will. I'll take it back to the Frankfurt School, cultural Marxism. I'll take it to the places where it belongs. Now, I'm unapologetic about any of my views. Anybody I have on my show, they don't believe everything I believe. I will stand or fall on my sword. I am the sword point, the very point of the sword. And like a scalpel, I will cut to the truth in the meat of the matter. The ridiculousness that we see in our society, the coarsening of it, was caused by the left. And it continues to this day. So much muff fake that I see every day. The leftists don't even realize they're being manipulated, although, you know, they're erudite and they think that they know everything because they read a book on something. What they fail to realize is one thing, and that thing I'll be very clear on. They're the problem. They have a zero sense of introspection, and they are full of narcissism. That's a fact. Now, if you want truth, I'm going to tell you the easiest way to discern it is very basic. You look to the extreme left and the extreme right. You look from everything in between. And truth will always lie in the middle. It will always lie in the middle. I will get into, on my shows, on my YouTube, I will get into any subject matter and with anybody. And my politics, they don't matter a hill of beans. As I saw somebody commented on a comment I made, just because I noticed differences doesn't mean what everybody wants it to mean. And you can't delve into my mind. It matters not. Because if you say something, I'm going to say yes. You call me a Russian bot, I'll say not only am I a Russian bot, but I travel back and forth to Russia daily in some sort of transporter machine. It's not true, but I'm going to say it because the statement that they said is not true. If they call me a neo-Nazi, I will laugh at them. But I will say, no, you got it wrong. I'm an ardent Nazi. That's not true either. My political beliefs are my beliefs, as is yours. I'm not going to argue about it. We can agree to disagree. I'm not going to impose my viewpoints on anybody. That is the key to a healthy society. The one that I grew up in the 70s and 80s. What we have now, since the early 90s, has been a slow degeneration of our society. We have regressed, and it's purpose built. It's on purpose. It's purpose built to degrade the man, degrade the woman, and to change our entire complexity and our culture. When you remove statues and you're saying that thought is incorrect and you want to go after the Constitution, see, that's the statues are just the symbols. Then they go after the Constitution. They're doing it now with the Second Amendment. But don't think they already haven't started chipping away at the first with political correct speech. If you're sick of it, there's always an answer. Every question has an answer. It's up to you to find the answer you're comfortable with. But I can tell you, if you're a thinking person, I'm not talking about being a feeling person. Anybody can be a feeling person. It's basic humanity to feel. If you're a thinking person, you will come to the right decision for you. I'm not the arbiter of what's right, and I don't think anybody else is. But I also, unlike the left, do not impose that upon you. A little something to chew on. These are my thoughts at closing in on 4 in the morning. I hope you all have a good day. You know what? This one's just a regular guy, and that's where it's coming from. And at this time, I'm just letting you know, Shuff out.